How's it going, guys? So I put a post up on YouTube asking what sort of video you guys might like to see for the next ArcheAge Unchained one, and the poll came back pretty much as just a gold making guide. However, after really putting some thought into this video and trying to get some ideas from other people as well, I couldn't really come back with much that wasn't just repeating my last video, and that wasn't all that much time ago, so it's probably going to be not worth me doing that video. So if you're wondering why it isn't a gold making guide today after seeing the results on that, that is why. I didn't want to just put up another video that is exactly the same and expect you guys to enjoy that. However, if you haven't seen that and you are looking for ways to make some money, that should still all be relevant. Just check the prices on your specific server and everything should still be alright for that video. However, today what I wanted to do is go over a few tips for casual players in the game, because I know this game does have quite a lot of casual players, and I figured that would probably be a pretty good topic to get into, as I know I've had quite a lot of people ask me what they should be doing as a casual player, or saying they've been getting burnt out too much because they're stressed out about catching up with gear and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Hopefully you casual players do get something useful out of this video. If you do, then obviously leave a like so other people can find it as well. If you're new to the channel and the video is enjoyable and you do find it useful, then make sure to leave a subscribe as well, because I'll likely be making a lot more like this in the future. Anyway, let's get into the video. The first thing that I wanted to mention, and is probably going to be quite important for you people that are on the fence about still buying this game and whether it's going to be worth it, is not letting yourself get stressed out that you might not be progressing as fast as you'd like to. And the reason I say about this for the new players is there's going to be a lot of time when you are unable to take part in a lot of endgame events, and you're probably going to be watching people enjoying this all the time, and you're probably thinking, oh, it's going to be so long until I get there. And as a casual player in this game, it likely is going to take you quite a while to get to that point, but that being said, it's not completely out of reach. This game, however, has a ton of other content to sort of work towards, so don't get stressed up about progression, and don't get all panicky when you feel like you're not ever going to get to a point where you can do things that you've aimed to be doing in this game. ArcheAge Unchained is a game that you can really take on your own pace and set your own sort of goals, and just find things that you enjoy and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. As a casual player, that's probably going to be the best thing for you to do. Find things you enjoy, take it at your own pace, and progress at your own pace as well. The second tip that I wanted to mention to you guys is going to be about the labour. A lot of people are always stressing about labour in this game, and it's something that, to be honest, is fairly important, so that's probably why they were stressing about it. However, as a casual player, there's going to be a lot of times where you probably have a lot of labour left over, as you're only playing a couple of hours a day, and you probably won't be spending all of it in one go. Rather than dumping all this into farms and tax certificates, you could always invest this into other ways of making gold and making sure that you can do stuff that other people can't do. You have advantages in specific ways with labour than people who are playing all day every day, as they are consistently looking for extra labour, whereas as a person who doesn't play all the time, you've got that labour building up and you can always empty it to make a lot of gold. A good way to do this will be something like illegal farms, because while these take a lot more labour to harvest than planting them on your own farms, you will have the extra labour to do so, and you can plant hundreds and hundreds of trees, whereas other players will be limited to the farmlands that they do have. So you could always plant a hell of a lot of trees in a very good place, don't risk losing them, and then when you come back online, you could have gone to bed, come back the next day, and you could have made a absolutely ridiculous amount of gold. If you do this at a time when you know you're probably not going to be able to play much that day, so you log on, harvest your trees, and then log off for the day, you've made yourself a nice sum of gold on a day when your labour would probably have just gone to waste anyway. So take this into account and use the extra labour that you will be getting wisely, and try not to stress too much if it is capped. Just use it on something along the lines of tax certificates for your farms and stuff like that, if you absolutely have no other way to use it. Otherwise, things like illegal farms and a few other methods as well are very good ways to do so, to drain that labour as well. The third tip that I wanted to mention is to ensure that you use all of the farmland that's available to your character. So every account has 2 character slots, and you should make use of both of these to make sure that you get the absolute most farmland that you can get for free just from following your Blue Salt Brotherhood questline. Get both of your characters into the same family and then share access across your family as long as you can trust everybody else in that family, and make sure that you use as much of that farmland as you can to be making gold while you are offline. Anything that you can do while you're offline to get yourself some gold or get some materials that you might need for the future and progressing your account is something that you're going to want to jump on and make the most of whenever you get the chance. I just wanted to quickly interrupt this video to let you all know Gamigo Games is partnering with Eden Reforestation projects to make positive impact on both the environment and its inhabitants by providing fair wage employment through the planting of trees. Gamigo have given me an awesome opportunity to help support this charity and have provided me with a link to share with you all. You can support this charity by buying packages of trees which you will be rewarded with in-game items for. These packages come in 2, 10 and 20 trees, and each pack offers different rewards. Any packages bought will then plant the respective number of trees, and all the tree planting work is being done by Eden Reforestation projects for the purpose of reforestation, agroforestry and reducing extreme poverty through employment of the local villagers. If you are interested in this and would like to earn awesome in-game items while supporting this charity, then check the link in the description and the pinned comment for more information. Tip number 4 is something that I was all too familiar with. When I was starting out playing ArcheAge, I really struggled to get online at a time that suited getting to a raid, and it was really difficult for me to get these infusions for my gear. However, these days raids are starting from the Eastern Highland Mountains, as this is where they get most of the scrolls for awakening the higher equipment, and also you get 20 infusions from doing one of them and 10 from the other one. So what this means is if you can get online and see a raid but you can't commit a full, say, 40 minutes to an hour to doing so, you can always jump in, get the Eastern Highland Mountains ones done, collect your easy 30 infusions and then just drop out if you don't have the time to continue on. However, if you get in a guild, you could also see whether someone could take you through to get the infusions from the Eastern Highland Mountains as well. And also soloing the Western Highland Mountains isn't too difficult and will also help level up your character as well. If you are looking to get even more infusions, something that a lot of you viewers did tell me about is making sure to do the castle daily quests, as the rewards from these do allow you to actually make more infusions for yourself. You can do these, gather a lot of infusions, get them stacked up, and chances are you're probably going to be struggling with gold a lot more than you are infusions at this point. Tip number 5 is going to be join a guild. This will open up a load of opportunities for you to learn new things, ask questions to people who you know are more than happy to help, and get involved in content that you might not have otherwise been able to get into. So this is the sort of game where, as a casual player, you're probably going to find things that really you haven't had the time to invest to learn it yet, and I myself just ask questions, loads and loads of questions, just to sort of get answers to stuff that otherwise you'd spend hours on and you would probably never really get all that much done in the game. So join a guild, people are more than happy to help when you do, and find a guild that suits you as well. If you just even ask questions, whether there's a guild for casuals on the nation chat or something like that, find a guild that suits you absolutely fine, get in there and just take part in things that they're doing as well. Don't just sort of sit in the background, and get involved in stuff like events that they may be doing, and if they ask you to do something and you have the time, then maybe take the time out and try and do it, because you may find something in the game you didn't know about and you may enjoy it a hell of a lot. Tip number 6 is something that I mentioned a little bit earlier on but didn't go in too much depth about it just yet, and that is to be getting in a family to unlock family quests. The reason that I would suggest you guys do this, and probably everybody, even not just casuals, is because you get your daily cargo runs, and for a casual player and someone who probably likes to AFK quite a bit in games, then cargo quests are absolutely amazing. These quests allow you to AFK for about 20 minutes on the boat, depending how long you actually get on it. If not, it's at least 10 minutes of a boat ride to the next area anyway, and all you're going to be doing is putting some money into getting some cargo, jumping on the boat, and then waiting until you arrive at the destination. However, this makes you a decent amount of money, and is probably one of my biggest gold makers that I am doing in game at the moment. And the reason being is you get the 20 Onyx Archeum Essences as long as you're using your family quest. You can do this once a day per character, so on your account you will have 2 characters as long as you are making use of both of them. That means you can get 40 Onyx Archeum Essences each day, and these can be turned into lots of different things that are worth selling, like opaque polishers and root pigments, things like that. And Onyx Archeum Essences are something that you'll be using a hell of a lot later on in the game as well, and they are very high in demand. So the value of these are definitely worth getting, and you can definitely net yourself a little bit of gold on the side each and every day. And it's something that you can do AFK if you need to go and make some food or something like that. Cargo quests aren't the only reason, however, to get into a family. You do get other quests as well that do reward you with vocation, and also a extra quest that gives you another blue salt bond. Blue salt bonds are incredibly important for making infusions and other things like trade packs, which also make more gold as well. The next tip that I have for you guys is quite simple and kind of self-explanatory, but it's something that a lot of people don't even take advantage of. That is, don't be afraid to ask for help. There's a big thing that I've noticed, that people seem to think the community in this game is pretty toxic, but as far as you don't wind people up and you don't sort of cause toxicity yourself, then asking for help is absolutely not a problem. I constantly ask for help in the nation chat. If there's something that I'm unsure about, I ask for help on it. I like to clear up any specific details, especially if I'm making a video on something and I don't want to get it wrong. I'll ask in the nation chat. It's nothing really to worry about. No one ever messaged me and said you're an idiot or anything like that. People literally whisper back and give me the answer or help me out with it, and if not, there's people even been sat there explaining stuff to me if I was a bit confused about it. So this is a tool that's incredibly useful for you guys to use. So if you're ever unsure about anything and you can't get your head around it, then ask in the nation chat, ask someone that you may have made friends with, because there's a lot of people who know a lot of stuff about this game and they're more than happy to help. And then even just like myself, once you've found someone who is absolutely willing to help every single time, then add them to a friend and just pester them non-stop until you get answers. Otherwise, you could always hop into my Discord, guys, because my Discord is always open to you people, and there's plenty of people in there who are also more than happy to help. And if you have any questions, ask me in the comments, ask me in my Discord. I'm more than happy to take the time to find out stuff, even if I'm not 100% on it myself. My final tip for this video is kind of one that is more personal to yourself and not necessarily just about playing the game to boost yourself ahead. It's going to be more along the lines of really just do anything that it takes for you to enjoy the game. Now, as a casual player, you really already know you're not going to be in this high-end PvP scene, so don't let anyone tell you that you aren't progressing enough, that you're not playing properly, because at the end of the day, you bought the game because you thought it would be fun. And if you have found something in the game that you're enjoying doing, and someone tells you that, oh, that's not efficient to do, then just ignore them, because if you're having fun doing it, then you're probably being the most efficient you're going to be able to be, because you're doing exactly what you set out to do in the first place. You're having fun in the game. So that's really probably the biggest tip for me to give you, is just enjoy the game for whatever you found in it that is enjoyable. Don't stress yourself out if you're really feeling like, oh, this isn't worth doing, because at the end of the day, having fun was all you set out to do in the first place, and all the time that you've put into grinding and doing things that aren't necessarily the most fun is the reason that you've done it, is so you can end up having fun in the end anyway. So that pretty much brings me to the end of this video and to the end of the tips that I had to share with you guys. I know that some of these tips weren't specifically pointed at what to do in game to make it better for you. However, it is pointed at sort of things that being a casual player bring to the table, and things that you can do yourself to enjoy the game a hell of a lot more and also get the most out of your daily sort of stuff. Anyway, I really appreciate you watching, and I hope the video did either help you out or you found it quite interesting. And if it did, then leave a like, because that way the video will get suggested to other people. And also, if you are new around here and you did enjoy the video, then consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more coming in the future, as this is a game that I'm really quite enjoying at the moment, and as long as it's enjoyable for me, then I'll be sticking around and playing it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.